guys? Jared Welch, RacingDudes.com. 2023 is in the books. We are now on to 2024. On to better things, right? 2023 was a interesting year, tough year for horse racing in general. I'm not going to sit here and talk about all the tragedies that we had in 2023. If you read the video, the title of this video, it's obviously looking at the horse racing performances we want to forget. So I'm going to focus on the actual performances and in particular, maybe how it maybe impacted some of our pocketbooks as well. But yeah, the idea I had, really behind this, and I know everyone has a list, right? I mean, whether you want to admit it or not, or you want to, let's stop pretending. We all have a list. So let me know as we go through these comments below who, if many of my horses join your list and who's on your list. All right, I'll kick things off with number 5. I'm gonna go with 5 horses, by the way. So number 5, Tapit. I mean, and you might be like, yeah, I forgot about it, because because he never did anything in 2023, right? That's the thing. Where the hell did he go? He got third in the Breeders' Cup Classic, barely got nosed out there to get third. So, obviously Flightline, no one was beating Flightline. That's fine. Came back, won the Malibu, grade 1 Malibu. It's like, all right, that's great, Takes a little bit of time off, comes back, runs in Saudi. Saudi Cup was awful, just a total disaster. And then never seen again. Got retired to Spendthrift. So it's like, talk about a horse that's like in its whole career, right? And his whole career was very short-lived, right? But talk about a horse that just never really delivered on the big stage. That always had the hype. And I mean, trust me, hello, right here, Taba Anonymous Group. That was me. I was a fanboy of this horse. And as soon as you kind of got the hype, you're like, all right, San Diego Derby, that was awesome. Kentucky Derby, 12th. Then, okay, the Haskell comes back, runs well. We got second. Pennsylvania Derby, awesome, classic. Okay, he's a lock to get second to Flightline. Can't get the job done. I mean, I guess that's a little bit. And then the Saudi Cup was a disaster. But you talk about a horse, I mean, after the Malibu thing, this is a horse that older horse of the year, right? I mean, this is a horse of the year candidate for sure. So, and he's just gone. So, Tapit for sure, very disappointing at number 5. Number 4, all right, hear me out, okay? I get it. I'm talking about a performance in itself. This is a horse that's probably going to win horse of the year. But I'm going to put Cody's Wish here at number 4 in the Whitney, okay? In the Whitney. And you cannot sit there and tell me that the Whitney was not unbelievably disappointing, a disappointing performance by him that day. Like, I get it. Like, White Barrio won. He went on to win the Classic. I mean, no one was beating White Barrio that day, and that's fine. Zandon beat Cody's Wish. Like, Cody's, all the hype that went into him. I mean, this horse was like 1-2 in the race. And never really got a call, really. Just kind of ran. I mean, he got third, but I mean, it wasn't like a close third at any sense of the word. Just, I mean, granted, he's awesome horse. Has been great for 2 years. I don't want to shit all over the horse because he's a great horse, but that race in particular, with the hype gone into it, I mean, this was a Classic favorite, right? Assuming he won the race, like, this is the horse. It was totally and utterly disappointing. And then on top, the whole day in itself was disappointing at Whitney Day at Saratoga. But I know I'm going to hear about it in the comments, but I'm putting Cody's Wish performance in the Whitney number 4. All right, give me he's retired, right? He got retired as well. So number 3. Now this was kind of made sure, like, you got to include this horse from my boy Aaron Halterman from the Racing Dudes, Hoosier Filly. And, and honestly, like, I didn't, like, it's not like I'd forgotten about her, but the more I kind of looked back at her, I was like, oh yeah, man, this horse, you talk about a horse that was overhyped. This one's incredible, really. I mean, 3 straight wins for the horse on, from debut as a 2-year-old. Won the Goldenrod, was awesome in the Goldenrod. Won all 3 of those races by like 14 lengths combined. So, like, went into the next year, like, this is the Oaks favorite. No, forget the Oaks. Like, Amos is like, hey, no, we're probably gonna look at the Derby at one point, and I don't remember the exact date. I think it was like literally like February of the 3-year-old season. Hoosier Filly was, I believe, 3rd choice in one of the future wagers for the Kentucky Derby. Incredible. I mean, she came back. Rachel Alexandra was awful. That was, I guess I had it been right there before that because she was bad. Never won a race again until a listed stakes at Ellis Park. Hoosier filly. It hasn't won since either. I don't know. She ran in the distaff here. You're a horse that's like a filly that's going to run in the Kentucky Derby, and then if nothing else, like in the Oaks, to not even running in the Kentucky Oaks. It hasn't, and it's only won one stakes race, listed stakes, one race total since that 2-year-old season. So Hoosier filly, totally disappointing horse, and I want to know how many of y'all lost money on her throughout the year. Number 2, this I'll go Nest. Okay, Nest for me. She would have been number 1 if not for her stablemate, which I'll get to in a second. But you talk about a horse that like just in great horse, right? I mean, great 3-year-old season, just dominant. Finished second in the Belmont. You make a case that she could have won that race that day as a 3-year-old. Won 3 grade 1s in 2022. I mean, she was dominant. Ran in the Breeders' Cup, didn't run great. But then you kind of thought, okay, like older horse for next season, 2023 is going to be her year. This is a legit, candidate. There was even talks like maybe that they Pletcher might, point this horse to the Classic at some point. But then she never showed up. Like we didn't even see her again till July 23rd. She won the Chevy Stakes and then was just worse in the Purcell Ensign, even worse in the Spinster. And she was just gone. She was just MIA. So Ness is another, just one of those that going from this is definitely one of the top fillies that are going to go, turning 4 to maybe this horse is going to run in the Classic, when they get this horse back on track, to just MIA, can't win a race. So Ness to me, I was there that day for the Purcell Ensign, and boy, was she bad. All right. Number 1. Come on down, my boy Tapit Trice, you dirty mule. This horse, man, listen. This has to be one of the most overrated horses of all time, right? Has to be. Name a horse that's more overrated than Tapit Trice was. And I joined the line. I mean, I got off the Taba bandwagon, jumped on the Tapit Trice bandwagon. He was awful. Like the Bluegrass was great, right? We were there in person. Great race. I thought he ran well enough to where it's like I'll pick him to win the Kentucky Derby. That went well. Finished 7th. Was last. Just never he's got to be the most frustrating horse as well. Like, cause I think there's talent there, right? But he's just an absolute nutcase. Never seems like he's running full out in any race. You watch the Belmont. I picked him again. Apparently, I'm an idiot because I picked him again. The Belmont. Thought this is the perfect race, and throughout the whole race, I thought, man, this horse is prime. Like, could not have dreamt up a better situation, a better trip. Finished 3rd, just couldn't get the job done. Haskell 5th, Travers 3rd, hasn't been seen since. So, Tapit Trice, you talk about a horse that just went from the possibilities of what he could be. Rattled off 4 in a row. Won Tampa Bay Derby, Bluegrass. Hasn't really sniffed it again since. So Tapit Trice, I hate to say I kind of enjoy hating him. Like he's just I lost way too much money on him in 2023. So let me know, what do you think of the list? Who's on your list? Who did I get wrong? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you get alerted when we go live or have new videos available. Until next time, I'm Jared Welch. See you guys.